been sitting here looking at this bushy-tailed gentleman for nearly 2 hours. Just trying to get him to come closer. You can tell it's a squirrel by its shape and size. Luckily, I haven't run out of snacks yet either. So squirrels use their tails either as a cane or to indicate excitement, just like dogs.
Julian Hoover, a legend among squirrel researchers.
This one has its tail up, which indicates it's either hungry or horny, or, as we say in the scientific community, hungry. So if a squirrel were to fall out of a tree, it use its tail as a cane, which makes it far superior to humans, whose monkey tail evolved into a penis a couple years ago. Moreover,
Squirrels loved him so much that one or two folks started calling him the Squirrel Whisperer. Just a couple of them, though. To everyone else, he was Squirrel Man.
Thank you so much for coming to this interview.
I'm so glad you decided to ask me about his work. Julian Hoover was a squirrelologist extraordinaire, and he was the greatest man of our generation. Well, I don't know if he was the greatest man of your generation. I'm unsure if we generated together.
So, how did you two meet?
We met in college. Out here with my main man, Julian. We're gonna go to a party tonight. Jules, how class is going?
I mean, they're going okay, but they're fine. I'm not going to be taking them anymore.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm not going to take class anymore. I'm going to go do squirrel research. Because, like, why would I take stupid classes when people are out touching squirrels and I could be doing that too?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't need these anymore.
He sees just as well when he squints. Anyway, he was an inspiration and a leader in animal biology.
His passion for squirrels was remarkable, and his knowledge was unmatched. In fact, he absorbed knowledge in the most efficient way.
When did this all start? How did he become such a popular figure?
Julian had a spiritual connection with squirrels after one bit him on his hand when he was feeding him M&Ms one time. And he was like, "You asshole, you give him a hand and he takes the whole arm," or something like that. And then he had this spiritual awakening and it was like, blah! And he went into squirrel overdrive.
He started touring college campuses. We all know they have a real rich squirrel population. And the only thing keeping him from visiting every university was, well, his death.
Would you want to talk about that?
Julian picked a fight he could never win. He wanted to convert one of those vampire squirrels. You know, the black goth ones with the wings? I wasn't there, but he left me his camera and his will, so I've seen the scene over and over again. Do you want me to enact it for you?
Please.
Okay, let me show you. So, Julian was like, "Here, kitty, kitty," but you know, like it wasn't a kitty because it was a squirrel, and the squirrel was like, "Sss." So he stepped back and was like, "Whoa, who's a good boy?" But the squirrel was still like, "Sss." So then Julian goes, "Let me show you how to tame a bad boy. Listen closely." He reaches his hand out again, and then it bites him, and he's like, "Oh, fuck!" And that was the end of the recording.
Are you okay? What happened next?
So of course he went to the hospital, because he was foaming at the mouth like a Coke and Mentos. And then the doctors kept telling me that he was shot by some rabbits, and I was like, "No, not rabbits, a squirrel."
Hoover? Yeah, they gave him a shot for rabies, but it was too late. You don't survive often with a bat that size.
I will die, but at least I will die for a just cause, teaching people about squirrels.
His last words were profound.
Squirrels. Squirrels' heart made me hardly ever unhappy.
Of their diet. Despite being vegetarian, squirrels are cunning predators, let me tell you. This one has waited for hours for that nut to fall. And he has not moved a muscle. To catch the nut, you have to think like the nut, as they say. And nuts don't exactly move a ton. Look at them, laughing joyfully at this hunting scene. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, Mama said go to medical school. Mama said, I said no. Oh, I like a saucy knitting cat. Binding the hindquarters of the prize mare.
Thanks for agreeing to this interview. I just have a couple of questions.
I'm struggling to understand why this is a documentary at all. Why is this being filmed? Julian was a complete nuisance and an imbecile.
Yes, one might say that. What do you think about his work, Dr. Barnaby?
Well, scientifically speaking, Hoover did make several very minor contributions, incomparable to what I have done. That boy is like a titmouse on an old mare. He just ain't got nothing of a spud all in the dirt.
That's not really the point.
Well, his one paper on rodent mythology and his other paper on eastern Kentucky squirrel populations were well received. I do have to admit that, though popular, his videos are like the backside of a horse during a parade route, if you know what I mean. He's an idiot with a squirrel fetish. Ooh, just makes me mad just thinking about it. It makes me want to shake my jowls. Oh, just like my papa.
Well, now this isn't very professional.
Oh, I just get so mad. Oh, make me want to pace around. Oh, that son of a bitch in his squirrel videos. Oh, makes me feel my tremors. Oh, I need some of my pills. Oh, excuse me, son. Oh, I get a little worked up sometimes. I don't mean nothing by it. Oh, but, honestly, if some idiot walking around looking at things the size of a soda can, calling them squirrels is science, I am worried about the scientific community, to be honest.
Dr. Barnaby, there really isn't a need to hammer this guy so heavily. After all, he was just a kid.
Oh, so you're a fanboy, huh? This is what counts for impartiality these days. Oh, you're giving me my tremors, boy. Oh, what you doing here? Are you trying to defend this son of a bitch? Are you a squirrel fanatic just like he was? Is that what all this documentary business is about? Well, I'll tell you what. You go fuck a squirrel. You get out. You
Dr.
get out.
Barnaby,
you
Dr.
get out.
Barnaby.
You get out. Get out of my office. You boys get out right now. I don't want no more.
Julian was a goof. Totally a sweetheart, but a goof.
Do you remember when we saved his life? Like, on the roof?
Oh yeah, he wanted to jump.
Glide.
Glide, yeah, that was the point. He was in like a furry suit. Not like a fursuit, but like a onesie of a squirrel. We were up on that roof enjoying the weather, and he set up his camera like he was gonna jump.
We immediately recognized him, with his blank stares and his squinting, and I turned to her and I was like, hey, that guy's gonna jump!
He really was. We asked him if everything was okay, and he explained that he just wanted to feel like a flying squirrel.
I was like, man, flying squirrels don't fly, they glide. You'll fall like a fat pine cone. At that point, he was screaming, heresy, and pine cones are shared hallucinations.
We had to pull him in or he was like seriously gonna jump. After a while, he agreed with us, we hugged, and he cried a little.
Some psychos out there.
Julian's popularity had a lot of mixed effects. Initially, the faculty hated him, not only because he conveyed incorrectly what academics actually do, but because he was sort of an idol. I guess we're all just getting old. We then realized that the change that Julian was bringing about was really positive. General interest in animals, animal-related activities, Young people took school more seriously because of his college tours. New charities were formed. I guess that's not bad for an amateur filmmaker, right?
No.
Most importantly, as far as I'm concerned, we recognize that although he was not the best scientist, he was a fine inspirational figure. Kids look up to him, thinking, if that guy did it, then so can I. He reassured people that there was no shame in pursuing their dreams, however unrealistic they may be. And they did! I got so many applications for majors like rodent scatology, psycho-socioeconomics of the herbo-predatory species structure, and classes in advanced feeding techniques. You gotta lob the bread over the animal's head so he has time to think. Or something like that. Great guy, really. A humble hero.
Julian's in heaven now. I'm sure of it. I hope they have squirrels in heaven. Otherwise, he'll be bored to death. Get it? Because he's dead. You guys are dead serious. Okay, I'll quit it. But seriously, his work on Earth could not have gone unnoticed. God had to be like, this guy basically invented squirrels. I have to meet him.
All those he inspired, all those he saved from crippling depression, there have to have been a few of them. The faculty he collaborated with. As Emily Dickinson once said, time spent with squirrels is never wasted. Edgar Allan Poe, the idea of calm exists in a sitting squirrel. Miley Cyrus said, the better I get to know men, the more I find myself loving squirrels. All fine folks and perfect examples of what Julian Hoover has done for us, his passionate fans. It's a shame he did not manage to touch the heart of that funky, little, emo squirrel.